Well, hey there, Elevate friends and family. Mark Pomeroy here, welcoming you to this week's Elevate Church online experience. Great to have you with us, and especially those of you joining us for the very first time. Now, one of the things we love to do every single week is worship together. And this week, we've got one of our newest worship partners leading us in a couple of songs. They're called Seven Hills, and they're fantastic. We're going to have the words on the screen so you can join in from wherever you are.
Stars in the sky, still you love the light in my eyes. You have shown me the greatest mercy, and you are the author of time. Still I find you right by my side. You have known like nobody. What a beautiful life it is. What a beautiful life. Your love and your kindness, God, you lavished on me. What a beautiful life it is. What a beautiful life. Lord, I'll be an offering poured out at your feet. What a beautiful life. And you are beginning and end, and you welcome me as a friend. Oh, I've been changed by your blood, 'cause your blood made a way. Oh, I've been changed, 'cause your blood made a way. What a beautiful life it is. What a beautiful life. Your love and your kindness, God, you lavished on me. What a beautiful life it is. What a beautiful life. Lord, I'll be an offering poured out at your feet, and we say thank you. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Bless your name. Oh, What a beautiful life. Lord, I'll be an offering, poured out at your feet. What a beautiful life.
There's no moment that I can remember that you weren't standing right next to me. Every day, every hour you've been faithful. When I'm with you, my life is complete. When I'm with you, I cannot but see. There's no way that I couldn't think. No way that I couldn't praise. No way when I think about what you've done. When there was no way, you came and you made. You called my name, you proved that you're faith. And there's no way you'll leave me here on my own. And now there's nothing that I won't surrender. Yes, I'll lay it all down at your feet. In the valley, the storm or the battle, God, I know that you're all that I need. Yes, I know that you're all that I need. There's no way that I couldn't think. No way that I couldn't praise. No way when I think about what you've done. Yeah. When there was no way, you came and you made. You called my name, you proved that you're faithful. And there's no way you'll leave me here on my own. Will you ever leave us? There's no way. Can you be defeated? There's no way. 'Cause now and forever you stay the same. Will you ever change? There's no way. Will you ever leave us? There's no way. And can you be defeated? There's no way. 'Cause now and forever you stay the same. Will you ever change? There's no way. Will you ever leave us? There's no way. And can you be defeated? There's no way. 'Cause now and forever you stay the same. Will you ever change? There's no way that I couldn't think. No way that I couldn't praise. No way when I think about what you've done. Yeah. When there was no way, you came and you made. You called my name, you proved that you're faith. And there's no way you leave me here on my own. There's no way that I couldn't think. No way that I couldn't praise. No way when I think about what you've done. When there was no way, you came and you made. You called my name, you proved that you're faith. And there's no way you'll leave me here on my
Hey, so we have a real treat coming up today and over the next few weeks. We're launching a brand new series. It's called Jonah, and just looking at some of the life lessons from Jonah. Some of you may be familiar with the story. Some of you may not be familiar with the story. Either way, join us on this journey. It's going to be a partnership with our great friends at Gateway Church in Melbourne, kicking off today with our very good friend, one of my personal friends, Jacob Massey-Chase. Here it is, Jonah, week 1.
Good morning, Elevate Church. It's Jacob here again. It's great to be with you digitally this morning from all the way over here in freezing and wet, cold Melbourne. I've recently been playing a whole lot of something called pickleball. It's sort of like small tennis or big table tennis. Been having a lot of fun with it. I've heard it's gaining worldwide popularity. It made me think of you guys, since you are on the edge of the world to me, all the way over there in beautiful and warm Perth. Anyway, today we are going to be chatting about Jonah, and it is one of my favorites. That's how Jonah starts. It's weird and it's funny. It's one of the reasons why I love this book so much. It starts out like this. One day, long ago, God's word came to Jonah, Amittai's son. God says, "Up on your feet and on your way to the big city of Nineveh. Preach to them. They're in a bad way and I cannot ignore it any longer." But Jonah got up and he went in the other direction to Tarshish, running away from God. And he went down to the port of Joppa and found a ship headed for Tarshish. He paid the fare and went on board, joining those going to Tarshish, as far away from God as he could get. What a start to a story. I love it. I love it. And God says, go and chat to these people. Jonah immediately goes far, far away from where God wanted him to go. And rather than traveling 1,000 kilometers to Nineveh, like from Melbourne to Sydney, he instead traveled 4,000 kilometers in the other direction to Tarshish, which is like Melbourne to Perth, the edge of the world. No cars, no planes back then, just good old-fashioned boots and boats for months at a time. Months running away from where God wanted him to go. And we often criticize Jonah for that. Who on earth would run away from God? And for starters, you can't. He's God. But you can try to run away from what God is asking you to do, where he's asking you to go. So Jonah gave this a crack, running away from having to chat with these people in Nineveh, which was the capital city of a people called the Assyrians. So in our safe, unoppressed, privileged, cozy little houses, it is all too easy for us to shame Jonah for not immediately seizing the opportunity to go out and tell some people about God. But for the original readers, though, they would have instantly been thrown by the beginning of this story for a different reason. Because while we're shocked that Jonah ran, the original audience would have been shocked at God's request to go and preach to the Assyrians, to tell them to change their ways. It would have been crazy for them to hear this. It would have been like God asking Jonah to go and preach to the Assyrians would be like asking someone in Ukraine to go to Moscow and preach to Putin and his Russian army today. Or it would have been like in World War II asking a Jewish person or a Jewish rabbi teacher in Nazi-occupied Poland to go to Berlin and preach to Hitler and his SS army. It's just inconceivable. This request for Jonah to go to the Assyrians was maybe even more wild. Because these Assyrians, were next level brutal. Next level. Like, I could not repeat the things that they did here with you. And they made sure that everybody knew about just how cruel they were. So to preach to these Assyrians was a provocative request, especially for the nationalistic, patriotic Jonah, who only cared about his own people. Mainly because asking the Assyrians to change their ways implies that if they did, that God would show them mercy. Why else would he ask for him to go and change their ways? So Jonah, of course, would much prefer for God to just eliminate them altogether because he hates them. So Jonah figures if he doesn't give them the option to change their ways, if he doesn't go and deliver the message at all, then the Assyrians' fate is already decided by Jonah. Hence, Jonah's decision to run away as far as possible. That's the start of that story. Sort of starts making sense in light of all of that. But for us nowadays, we run away as far as we can from God because he prompted us to strike up a conversation with the person behind us at the grocery checkout. Look at all those groceries though. It's going to take whole minutes out of my day. Better clog up the self-checkout with my trolley instead. Sorry, God, maybe some other day. But, Jonah couldn't make any sense out of why God would want him to go and talk to the Assyrians. Today, things still happen that we can't make sense out of, including things that aren't even from God at all. Or it could be a diagnosis, it could be a lost relationship, it could be a failed housing agreement, a job falling through. And when these things happen, we have to decide, just like Jonah had to decide, to lean in to God and go, or to leave him behind and run. And sometimes things just don't seem to be working, but God says keep going. And sometimes when God says no, it's because he has a different go. And I think a lot of the time, though, it's God saying to us, go, and us saying no. Jonah ran because of his hatred for the Assyrians. But today we run for all sorts of reasons. We run away from friendships because we don't like their views. We run away from serving at the winter shelter or, with the homeless in our community because it inconveniences our sleep routine. We run away from meeting new people because we don't know what they're going to think of us and it's scary. We run away from donating some of our finances to a good cause because we don't get anything out of it. We run away from waking up early to spend time with God because we're more comfortable being distracted by screens late at night. We run away from all sorts of things. New ideas, because the simple black and white answer is easier. It's limitless. There's all sorts of things we run away from in our society today. Timothy Keller, he explains why we run away pretty well, I thought. And he says in his book, if you want to understand your own behavior, you must understand that all sin against God is grounded in a refusal to believe that God is more dedicated to our good and more aware of what that is than we are. We distrust God because we assume that he is not truly for us, and that if we give him complete control, that we'll be miserable. We believe that God has put us in a world of delights, but is determined that he will not give them to us if we obey him. This is a lie. That's from his book, The Prodigal Prophet. We run away from God when he calls us into something because we think that life will be worse if we follow him for some reason. It's just not true. Life might not be easier when we follow God's go. He doesn't promise us easy. but it sure is better. It's better because God genuinely knows what better really is. He knows the best way to live. Sometimes God says, go to a physical place and go to that new job, go and meet that person, go and check out a small group or a life group, go get baptized. And sometimes the places that we're called to go aren't physical places, but a place inside of ourselves, a place that we would prefer to keep in the dark. And it's something that we don't really want to deal with or allow to be seen. A place God calls us to so that he can shine a light on it and heal it and restore it. And that's a different kind of go. And many years ago, God asked me to go into one of those delightful little dark places inside of myself to deal with some unforgiveness that I had festering inside of me. How pleasant. Naturally, I rushed right in and had it all resolved within the hour. Yes, unfortunately not. Now, often the places that God calls us to go, like Jonah to the Assyrians, are not very comfortable places. And they take time. And thankfully, I wasn't on the boat headed to Tarshish, running away for too long. I realized that dealing with this thorn of unforgiveness, it would be painful, but it's way better than leaving the thorn in to just get infected over time. Also, the chances of God getting me swallowed by a big fish to sort me out are allegedly not zero. So I figured I might as well say okay to God's go now. I had a conversation with people smarter than me to figure out how do I wrestle through this unforgiveness in a healthy way. I spent regular time just quietly praying for who I needed to forgive. Admittedly, this was harder at the start, but over time, God gently unweaved those knots inside of me. And after a couple of years, I came to a place of genuine forgiveness. It wasn't a one moment thing. I would still have to forgive again every so often in an imaginary conversation I was having with myself in the shower. It's always there that you're stuck with your own thoughts. But today, after all that work, I'm so much more free than I was all of those years ago. So, what about you? Where are you in relation to God's calling? Are you waiting for God to give direction? You're still in Joppa? Or are you ignoring the direction that he gave you long ago? Or are you running as far away as you can from whatever it is that you know he wants for you? Where might God be asking you to move towards people instead of away from them? The greatest distance in mission is between our hearts and God's compassion. It was that way for Jonah, and I think it's still the same way today. So often, we're held back from saying yes to God's go because we struggle to understand why God would care so much. And Jesus, who was God on earth, didn't say, come to church. He said, go. He said, therefore, go and make disciples of all nations. All of us are called. So if you're not sure what God is asking you to do, start right there. The last thing Jesus asked us to go and do, and make disciples, and make some friends and teach them about Jesus. We must not limit our focus to our own people. We are commissioned to go out, not hide in. So ask a mate from work or school if they want to come along to a small group or life group, or if they just want to read the Bible with you. That's a start. And you might surprise yourself with how easy that process is. It's easy to convince yourself out of it. But if you've got something else bubbling up inside of you from this morning about where God is asking you to go, tell a trusted friend and start heading in the right direction. It might take some time, And there's all sorts of things that God might be sort of prompting you. So I thought it would be good to just give you a minute now, literally right now, to sit with God and ask Him to give you your go. So let's do that. Let's just sit for a minute. What do you reckon? I'll pray and then we'll just literally just wait for 30 seconds. Now, God, we are right here with you. And we want to be present with you, and we're going to give you the space and the time to speak to us right now and give us some direction on where you want us to go and what that might look like. So I pray that as we give you this time, that you can reveal that to us right now, and that you give us the boldness to carry it out. And maybe you feel like you've been running away for some time, and it's time to start heading the other direction. It's time to start heading back towards Jesus. I'm going to read a psalm now, which is a song written by a guy named David thousands of years ago. And this song was made to celebrate the feeling of security and joy and freedom that's found in being vulnerable before God. Because that's the ask this morning too, that you're brave enough to vulnerably let God decide where you go instead of deciding for yourself. And where are you going from here? And David writes, "Count yourself lucky, how happy you must be to get a fresh start, your slate's wiped clean. Count yourself lucky, God holds nothing against you, and you're holding nothing back from Him. When I kept it all inside, my bones turned to powder. My words became a day-long groan. The pressure never let up. All the juices of my life dried up. And then I let it all out. I said, I'll come clean about all my failures to God. And suddenly, the pressure was gone. My guilt dissolved. My sin disappeared. These things add up. Every one of us needs to pray. When all hell breaks loose and the dam bursts, we'll all be on high ground, untouched. God is my island hideaway. He keeps danger far from shore and throws garlands of hosannas around my neck." And whether you're in Joppa, right at the start of God's prompting today, or Tarshish after running away from God for so long, or you're standing at the gates of Nineveh, you're face to face with the defining moment of where God is calling you. Your answer is the same wherever you are. When God says go, go. Now go and live the life that God has ahead of you to its fullest with Him this week.
Amazing as always. And I'm looking forward to the next few weeks where the Gateway team are going to continue to unpack this story of Jonah and life lessons, what to do, what not to do. So be sure to join us over this entire series. Listen, if you missed it, we have an app, Elevate Church AU app. You can scan this flow code to download the app, which you'll be able to rewatch These messages, you'll be able to listen to them on a podcast. There's message notes that you can follow along or you can review. Also giving. Super easy these days. You can do that through our app using a debit card, credit card. Go to the give section. Super straightforward. And we love that more and more people are partnering with us to invest into reaching and building more people just like you all around the world. Okay, that's it for today. Look forward to having you join us next week for Jonah Week 2.